This is going to be a product review of the Pet MD Antiseptic and Antifungal Medicated Spray for dogs, cats, and horses with Chlorhexidine, Ketoconazol, essential fatty acids, aloe, and vitamin E. I'm going to show you the dog in a minute. I rescued her 3 years and 1 day ago today. And when I got her, she had, what did she have? She had yeast infection in her ears, she had yeast infection on her paws, she had lots of problems, lots of skin problems, lots of yeast infections, and I went and spent a fortune. This is going to be a little bit of talking, that's okay, it will probably save you a lot of money. I spent a fortune going to a specialist for skin problems, and what he wanted to do is he wanted to treat the yeast infection first, and that required them to do some ear drops in the ear, which I didn't want to do myself because I knew she wouldn't be happy, so I paid for them to do that. Very expensive. They wanted to give her shots. They wanted me to put her on shots. If you look online at what shots do, now some dogs need it. Some dogs definitely need these allergy shots. They mess up the immune system. They just ruin the immune system. They're very strong for an animal. I'm no doctor, I'm no vet, do research on your own. They are very strong on the immune system. And if your dog needs it because they are tormented, then you do what you have to do. If you can avoid it, by all means avoid it. This guy was a specialist and he pushed this thing on me. He said, you are going to need to medicate the dog with shots every month, and we can teach you how to do the injections, and you're gonna have to treat her. Well, I didn't want to do that. So what did he prescribe to me? Let me show you. They do sell a shampoo. I ran out of it. I just bought this new container over here for the antiseptic, but let me tell you about this stuff. So she had the yeast infection in her paws, and her paws were all, I didn't notice at the time, I didn't know what to look for. Her paws were all pink and irritated. They looked really bad. When you separated the claws, the little toes on there, you could see how nasty it was. And so he told me to buy, well, he actually sold me the antiseptic and antifungal spray. And what I needed to do is I had to spray this on her paws every night, and he wanted me to do that for a couple of weeks. And I had to give her a bath. I think they had me do 3 baths a week. Now, people who have skin problems take showers and baths all the time to clear up their skin problems. But when a dog has a skin problem, nobody wants to give it a bath because they think the water irritates it. Well, it doesn't. Hair dryers, you shouldn't put the hair dryer on hot, but giving a dog a bath is probably one of the best things you can do if it's got irritated skin. So I bought this thing, let me see. This container over here is $14.99, so $15 from Pet MD. The vet sold me this container under a different brand name with the exact same ingredient for about $40 or $50. And when I realized what was going on, I went, okay, so this is a huge money maker. I went and I bought this from Pet MD. Now, this is the new one. Why do I have this? I bought 2 of these when I first got her. I used the first container and it cleared up the, well, I used the one that I got from the vet. It cleared up the problem within a week. Maybe 2 weeks, a week or 2 weeks. After I got everything cleared up and I started using the shampoo. Again, I'm gonna leave a link for this in the video description, and I will also leave a link if they still sell the shampoo, because I'm gonna need to buy another bottle. So I gave her baths like 3 times a week, and you're supposed to put this on the dog's skin and keep it on for about 15 minutes, the shampoo. Most dogs don't want to stand still for 15 minutes. They just don't. So when I first did it, I kept it on. It's got a chemical reaction after 10 or 15 minutes. It will help. I got to the point where I was just giving her baths and keeping it on for 5 minutes, 8 minutes. It helped. The yeast infection on her paws went away in no time. The yeast infection on her coat went away in no time. I'm going to show you her on video in a minute. The ear yeast infection cleared up because of the medication they gave me, and he said, you need to come in here for the shots, and I told him I'm not going to do that to my dog. I'm not going to ruin her immune system. And he said, you will be back every year because the dog is going to react every year. And that told me something that you probably don't know, that I didn't know, that dogs just normally react. It depends what part of the country they're in. Some dogs are going to have a terrible time, and you might have to do injections. If you can avoid it at all costs, do that. So what happens now is somewhere around March, April, May, she starts kicking and she scratches like she did when I first got her. But now that the yeast infection is gone, I know that I just have to ignore it because it doesn't torment her. She'll kick and scratch on and off for a couple months, but she doesn't dig up her skin. And when there's a problem, I put her in the bathtub using the Pet MD shampoo. When she's chewing on her paws, now, she handles this pretty well. She won't let me trim her nails, but she handles this really well. Once I hold onto her paw, I just turn it upside down. So if her paw is this way, I turn it upside down, I spray it, I get it between the claws, and she stops chewing. If she wants to lick this thing off, which you don't want them to do, she wants to lick it off, I stop her, and she just goes to bed, and she stops chewing, and the problem's gone. So this Pet MD antiseptic and antifungal works. The antifungal is the yeast infection thing, and the antiseptic is if there's a cut, it will help heal them. So I already did a video on this stuff when I bought it, when I got her, the first time when I bought this stuff on my own. This expired last year, so for $15, I never even opened it. I opened up the last one and I finally threw it out because that expired. This one I kept around, it's expired, and it's inexpensive enough where after a couple of years, you really don't want to put chemicals on your dog that can separate or cause problems. So it's inexpensive enough. Just go out and buy a new bottle, keep it in the house. So if they cut themselves, if they scratch, if they're irritated, I was doing this on the back where she was chewing a little bit, everything clears up almost immediately. It's definitely something you want to keep in your house. They do not sponsor me. Click on the affiliate link if you want to buy this thing. It will help me out. It will definitely help me out. It will make your dog happy. There's no guarantee that this is going to work on every dog, but this stuff is absolutely awesome. We'll definitely leave the link for the shampoo, Pet MD medicated shampoo for dogs, cats, horses, with Ketoconazol, which is the same stuff that's in here, and the Chlorhexidine, antifungal and antiseptic shampoo for the treatment of ringworm, yeast infections, acne, mange, and hot spots. The products are incredible, and the shampoo, $17. When I got the shampoo from the vet, he charged me, what it was like $60 or some ridiculous thing, under a different brand, the exact same chemicals. Make sure you buy this stuff. Hopefully it works on your pet like it worked on mine. Let me show you this happy little lady. There she is. Look at that. Somebody's happy. Somebody says, oh, I want to jump on your leg. I want to jump on your leg. I love you so much. I love you. I love you, little lady. You are my beautiful dog. Happy 3rd anniversary since I rescued you. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum.